Drag Race.
Hey, kitty girls, it is Thursday, May 14th, 2020, and welcome to this little show we do called Cubs Out Loud Drag Race Tea Time, Season 12, Episode number 11, One Queen Show. For those of you that may not know, there are two of us that are fabulous co-hosts, and I am Gary, but with me is the ever fantastic superstar.
Hey everyone, it's Damon. Hi, welcome. Get gold.
Get it. Look at you, batting your eyes. So we need to jump right into it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do it.
Let's do this thing.
Gentlemen, start your engines, and may the best woman win.
All right, put the pedal to the metal. Let's talk about mini challenge and a maxi challenge. Mini challenge, child. Everyone loves puppets, don't they? Right?
Yeah.
Except Gigi.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Already. Damn. It came quick.
Ooh, no, she better don't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Called it out.
Do it.
And the maxi challenge is one queen show. All of the lovely ladies of drag as contestants must put together a one drag queen show that I believe is supposed to be 5 minutes long, which does not seem like a whole lot, but can be an eternity. Or as Jada Essence Hall found out, 3.5 eternities. While you're waiting. So, David, what were your thoughts on the challenges of this episode?
So, my first note, I said the library must be closed. Yep. This is a shade. This is some shade. Like, there was some. So, we got the earlier kind of bitch fest reading thing, which, you know, I'm assuming was meant to take over the whole reading glasses, reading is fundamental, that moment there. Got it. Then we did, which was, you know, we had some funny moments. And then we got to the puppets, which everyone knows is kind of meant to be another, like, semi-reading, like, fun, poking fun at at the queen that you get kind of thing. So we know that there've been some awesome ones in the past. This one was just kind of bleh, like overall, like just not. There were some funny moments, but like then we got to Gigi and then it just kind of went. It just wasn't that good. I've seen better, and I've seen better from the queens. And then into the maxi challenge with the one woman or one queen show. It was all over the board. It was funny and like crazy and long. Like I have things to say later, but I'm gonna kind of get it now. Something should have been done at some point in time about what happened on the episode. Like, I don't care if they are a laugh riot the entire time. There was a time limit. If you go past that time limit, okay, then you've gone. I get like maybe going a minute or two past the time limit, but you did 3.5 kind of the time of the total time that you're supposed to have. Like, what? Like, where's the stage manager? Where's the producer? Where's the other queens? Like, where's somebody like yelling something, doing something, saying something to just like cut? Like, we know this is a very produced show.
Damon, what I think you were looking for is for someone over the speaker system to play.
Like something. Like some kind of sound cue, some shit to like, because
There's your exit, girl.
like you need to go. Like,
Or cut the mic.
cut the mic, turn the lights off, like get the hook, something.
I was
Something.
waiting. I was waiting. I was like, I knew you were going to bring her the hook reference and be like, where the hell is that thing? Drag her ass off the stage.
Bring the clown in, just like have like Bianca Del Rio just come out and shoo him off the stage. Some shit. Something.
Or you could have had Miss Dahlia Sid just like stand up and come to the front of the stage and just block her ass.
Broccolini her fucking way out the stage. Anyway. Anyway, so there's that. So
Okay.
Gary, how about you?
Well, I feel the same way for both the mini challenge and the maxi challenge. I will say, laughter and yikes.
Mm-hmm.
So the puppet thing was cute. It was fun. Of course, the double entendre. It's a big pink hole you gotta like reach into with your whole arm and fist. And I've never thought about this before with the puppetry challenge, but I wonder if the puppets are pre-selected. Like instead of them being just in a pile on the other side of the wall and you just randomly grab one, if they're
I don't know.
like I wonder if there's any manipulation, like if someone's behind the wall and they take away yours so you don't get yours. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
one way to control it. Or to literally be like, nope, you get you, and you get you, and you get you. You know what I mean? Like it's all predestined, and so then there's a stagehand or a PA behind there doing stuff. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I just thought it was interesting the way, like,
Yeah.
it kind of works out. And so
Yeah.
some of it was funny, some of it was good. The fun that was poked at Sherry Pie probably would have made more sense if they hadn't edited the season.
I mean, true.
I mean, it was funny,
Yeah.
for Jackie to make fun of
Yeah.
her same city sister,
Mm-hmm.
like for being a bitch and being like, "Who are you? I don't know you." But I think that was going to be bound to happen, no matter who was left, because they were all going to say the same thing about Sherry. And then so for the main challenge, my heart broke for Heidi, because she did okay, and then the critiques I thought were fair afterwards. They were like, you just had too much. Like,
and that's no, and so like Jim and I were talking after the show, like after during the commercial break, after she was on the air. I think there was a commercial right after her or something like that, and we both were like, it's an interesting concept. There's just too many characters, and since she's not a character actress and can't really differentiate her voice enough to kind of get the different people, she needed to edit quite a bit more. Like, we were thinking if she had been either her talking about her family or her as like just the grandmother. Like talking about the other people, because the grandmother kind of seemed like the main-ish character,
right?
And if she had kind of kept it with that and had the grandmother kind of talking and being, the bitch that she was about the other family members that were showing up with the, the aunt with the or whatever with the nasty ass potato salad and the drunk cousin and whatever, like if
right. I mean, I think there would have been one more thing. Like, I agree about reducing the cast, the cast of characters in her family or portrayals. But I also think if she'd had like 2 apparel props, like if she had a house coat for the matriarch role, where she could throw that on over top, one of those dowdy quilted, kind of things, and it just like, kind of Velcros in the front or something real strategically, it'd be super easy to just like toss it on, doop doop doop,
Mm-hmm.
right down the front, for those times. And then when she introduces the young character that apparently, uh, oh my god, his name went out of my head. That Matthew
Ross.
Ross wants to get a freak on with, whatever
Mm-hmm.
that's all about. Hello, that was revealing. Uh, Ross likes Ross likes trade apparently. Um, so, and I mean rough trade. So, like for that, if there'd been like a biker jacket, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like a
The
little bit
prop.
more visual, and then a
Yeah.
distinction to go along, I think that would have helped as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Agreed.
so I mean, I felt bad for her. I was on a roller coaster ride with Crystal. I was
Mm-hmm.
not sure what was going to happen. I was on the edge of the couch because I kept thinking like, oh, is it going to go bad? Here's where it goes bad. Here's where it takes here's where it takes a dive. This is a left turn Albuquerque moment. Like I just I didn't. I was like, and then she pulled it off. Like, I mean, there were some really funny moments and some good, like crazy humor to it. And I kept looking at it because I was like, okay, so she's being a dude, but she's in drag and she's wearing heels. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, is this how you thread the needle? Because, the deal over all the seasons has been pretty consistent. Uh, don't do a man. Like, don't be a man,
Mm-hmm.
you know don't be yourself out of drag, and in drag don't be a man.
Mm.
So Crystal was this uh hybrid, you know feminized male exotic dancer. Like it was
Yeah.
it was very, very
I,
interesting.
yeah. I was a little surprised by it. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. I will admit that. I
Hmm.
thought it was a choice. Um
As the children say.
I yeah, I was actually really engaged. Like the fact that it like Crystal was in drag did not affect it for me.
Hmm.
Like I took the character. Like I got the character. Like I wasn't really paying attention to the face and the makeup. I saw the platform shoes that she was wearing, like with the big ass thick heel,
Hmm.
and I'm just like, okay, well, performer, whatever, male stripper or whatever he was, kind of thing. And I kind of got lost in that. The fact that there was all that makeup on her face did not change my opinion.
Right.
It just all kind of worked.
The only thing that didn't happen that I kept anticipating was I thought the jeans were ripaways, like tearaways. Like I thought they were
Mm,
stripper styled pants that you just
mm,
like grab them from the front, and whoop. And I was waiting for that moment because I was so concerned about what that would look like what
mm-hmm,
that would mean. And I'm like, so do you wear a thong? Do you wear a G-string like over like all these tights and like put some thing in there like as a replication of the male anatomy, but like super exaggerated? I don't know, like. And it
mm-hmm.
didn't happen. Like I was waiting to the very last second, and I was like, "Wow, okay, that's interesting."
Yeah,
That like you didn't do the payoff, like you're a male exotic dancer, and yet you didn't take your clothes off. Um, so
yeah.
I mean that was a wild ride for me.
Mm,
Gigi. So there's some speculation. I think it was on Race Chaser. I think Willem said that he thinks that Gigi did better than the edit actually showed. Um,
mm,
that it wasn't as abominable as they were showing it. Um,
mm.
Not that it was great or
Yeah,
good, but it just wasn't a complete train wreck disaster.
like
Um,
I I will honestly say for me the if she could have stopped going back to the um
to the
food
cart.
cart and like looking down at I'm assuming is her notes, which
Hmm.
not a really good idea, but if that's what she was doing, because I have a feeling that's what she was doing,
Right.
I think it would have gone a lot better. She took a risk, I will say, in like pointing at two random people in the audience and kind of poking fun at them and doing that stuff with them. But that was a good, like, it was a risk and it kind of paid off because she had some audience members who were there to laugh along with her,
Right.
as opposed to like we've seen it in some of the comedy routines that with the live audience where you like look at some of the audience and they're just like, ooh,
Right.
I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
play with you. Like,
Yeah,
like,
and Jackie leading off I thought was really good. I thought for a 180 overnight change of presentation, she nailed
mhm.
it.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder how quickly that could come together, the whole concept, because it was very theatrical. It is
Mhm.
simply two glassware props. One is very feminine, one is not. Like, and it is obvious, that she's a glasses queen. Like, that's her thing. She's
Mhm.
always constantly, on the show wearing a different, version or something. So like I thought that was very interesting, but then again, I'm like, she probably is a bit of a theater queen. Ergo, she would know
Mhm.
about that like concept, and I can't remember if she went to school for theater or not.
I can't remember either.
But yeah, like I mean, I thought that went really well, and then I felt bad for poor Jada because um, she tried her best. What I was concerned about was I guess the better part was where she would like let the audience in on the fact that she knew that she wasn't being funny, like that they weren't
Mhm.
laughing or whatever. And I was like, every time she did that, I was like, like I cringed. I was like, oh, I'm like. But at the end, the judging panel was kind of like, it was very good of you to like let the facade down and let the audience in on the fact that you were quite well aware that they weren't, finding it as funny. So it humanized her, and I was kind of like,
Mhm.
okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
I mean, it did
Mhm.
humanize her, but I was still just like, ooh, yeah,
Mm.
that was part of the
Girl.
yikes. So it was kind of all over the place.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
All right, so you ready to move on?
Yes.
All right.
Cover girl, put the bass in your walk. Cover
Stomp the Runway Kittens category is the color purple.
Mhm.
Like, that wasn't predictable. I'm like, okay, so let's have this guest judge back. Y'all better come up with another theme. One that's not quite so
Mhm.
obvious. Maybe they'll call it the
You in
sister
danger,
act.
girl.
Mm.
Sister Act would be a good one.
So they all come out in habits? That would be
I mean,
interesting.
naughty nuns, or I don't know. I can't right now.
Saints
Anyway.
and sinners.
Ah.
And if you're a smart queen, you would be a nun that then does a reveal into a stripper outfit.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, a night lounge singer outfit, because I think that's what Miss
Yeah.
Cartier was a lounge singer.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right.
Ta-da.
So, David, what were your thoughts on the runway presentations?
Um, Overall, those are some really great choices. I think there were some, very, beautiful garments on the runway. Obviously there was a lot of purple. However, I will give just a bit of shade to Gigi for a couple of things. First off, there was a lot of green, as mentioned in fashion photo review.
Mm-hmm.
It's about even with the purple and the green. I'm not a fan. And you had a perfect opportunity to wear a purple shoe, and you didn't. Because I'm pretty sure Daphne wears purple shoes.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
So, I clocked the shoe and I saw that it was white, and I thought, I think you got the color right, but I think you got the style wrong.
I mean, that's a given, but hold on.
So
Come
I
on.
think that she wears just a pump. I don't think it's designer in any way, but what I would have preferred is some like go-go boots. Like, or
Mm-hmm.
those ankle-high granny style boots that everybody hates. Not with the ones with the ring lace, kind of deal, but
Mm-hmm.
like a simple heeled boot, uh, short boot. But
What are
that
you doing?
that was
Watch
my
yourself.
kind of aesthetic thing. But
Yeah.
so I know that yeah, in fashion photo review she kind of got criticized for the green aspect, which I didn't personally have an issue with because it was so iconic. It was as expected.
Mm-hmm.
The instant she came around the corner, you got the full story.
Yeah.
The only thing she didn't have on her was like a magnifying glass.
Mm.
You know what I mean? To kind of like
Yeah.
a prop, like to kind of carry it a little bit forward, or like a dog's leash. Uh, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? That had a collar at the end that was blue with a gold diamond tag on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there
Yeah.
could have been something a little more to kind of sell it. Not that you have to sell this, but a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
of a story, so to speak, as opposed to this
Yeah.
is my
So
homage. Look at how pretty I am.
so yeah. So just so everyone can kind of get the idea. So Daphne in the original is a purple, basically one piece dress, all purple. There's two kind of stripes at the near the end of the dress,
Okay.
kind of at the hem and then right above it, a little bit above it to kind of signify a belt, but not really a belt. Um, all one piece. The tights are kind of a lavender, a lighter color, are almost like a pink,
Mm,
and then the shoes are purple. They're purple, like um, almost like bowed. Not quite a bow, but it's like a something along those lines.
hmm.
A purplish bow, um, very like small heel shoe.
Right.
Red hair, green scarf, like the lime, like vivid
Right.
green scarf, which is a given, and then the purple headband in her red hair.
So I wonder if Gigi based this off of like one of the movies, like a more
Mhm.
recent interpretation of her.
It's possible, knowing her and her age.
Oh, oh, called it out, girl.
Mhm. I will always, because it's just the way I feel. There, I mean, I mean, it's entirely possible. I could,
Yeah,
but who knows? I'm not gonna sit here and spend all the time looking at all the movies and
I
stuff.
know, I
So,
know, I know.
because as you know, like they've done so much with Scooby Doo over the years.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, like I said, some good choices. What about you, Gary?
Um, I said honestly, it's mostly great stuff. Jackie's purple people eater.
Mm-hmm.
As corrected on Race Chaser, it is not Molly, it's acid, not the same drug. Uh, which was kind of funny to me because there was like a criticism or whatever, or a question from the judges, and then Michelle gets it wrong, which to me was even more hysterical because Michelle's actually pretty straight laced. Um, she's mostly
Mm-hmm.
edge. So I was just like, okay. Then when I found out when Willow was called it out and was like, hell no, that's not Molly. Like it made me laugh. I was like, oh no, 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 no,
Mm-hmm.
they got it wrong. Um, yeah, I mean, like for the most part, they were pretty good. I agree with you. Like Gigi's was okay. I mean, it's difficult. You get this far into the competition, we are expecting perfection
Mm-hmm.
because, and when you started so high in your caliber, you have to maintain that and then some.
Yes.
Like, and keep improving, keep improving, keep improving. The problem is you don't know what order the outfits will be in. So you get
Mm-hmm.
your list, as Bob the Drag Queen recently revealed, and there's 50 outfits you have to bring. You have no comprehension of where and when those things will be used.
Yeah.
So you have to have 50 looks. Okay, great. So who knows what will be used when? And maybe she thought that the purple one would have been used earlier in the season. I don't know. So and then here's the thing. I'm gonna compare Heidi and Jada.
Yep.
Heidi comes out. She looks beautiful. It is a
Mm-hmm.
pageant gown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Not quite pageant, but somewhat.
well, she actually said it's a pageant gown, I believe,
Oh.
when talking to Michelle, in the What You Packin', I think, if I
Okay.
recall. Anyways, so the whole thing is like, I mean, it looks good and stuff, but it's very it's very Tu Wong Fu, uh beginner, why is this little Latin boy in drag crying? Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's a really good start,
Mm-hmm.
but at this caliber,
It
regretfully, you know.
yeah. It was it would have looked good in like episode 3 or 4. Not so much in episode 11.
Well, and then Jada comes out in this designer, as it was said on the show, I believe, like Guinan from Star Trek meets French, fashion
Yeah.
runway. Like the
Mm-hmm.
moment, she turned and popped on the stage, I was like, oh, well, it's over. I was like, it's done. Like, girl has slayed all the rest of
Mm-hmm.
them. She looks absolutely amazing.
Yep.
She knows how
Yes.
how to present her body and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Jada knows like she knows her shape. She knows how to present a garment. I'm assuming again that she probably made this herself. Who knows when? I don't care. She she knew exactly, like, this is a just high caliber garment, and it while it might be a little simple, quote unquote, in some ways, it is not. The kind of asymmetric skirt
Hmm.
with the train on with the back that she can hold and carry and move, the big ass hat, just beautiful,
There's a
beautimous.
lot going on for a
Mm,
simple look.
yes, the fact that she has I want to know. I'm assuming that she is making like fabric covers for her shoes or something, because I don't, or she's, because somehow she has these boots that are like always coordinated with the garment,
Mm.
like these tall boots that are always coordinated with the garment. So I'm wondering if she either makes them or if she has a very awesome like cobbler.
See now, listen to you. I'm curious now to like I'm gonna have to see if I can spot anywhere all of her runway looks like side by side to like
Hmm.
kind of check out because speaking of comparisons and side by sides, how about what is it? Uh, Jada got called out for wearing the same earrings twice. Like, well,
Hmm.
actually, she got called out for wearing them repeatedly, I think is the way it was
Yeah.
inferred in the mini challenge for the puppets. And
Hmm.
Jada, like, corrects the record in confessional is like, I wore them twice. Thank you very much. These are the 2 times that I wore them. Like, calls it all
Hmm.
out. And then she's like, shady boots. Like, shame
Yep.
on you for trying to bring that shit up. Like, I was like,
And I think,
woo.
and again, that kind of calls back to the fact that I don't think these girls are really ready to read.
That being said, are you ready to move on?
Yes.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
All right, so bottom 2 this week are Heidi, Aphrodite. I think she was still going by that.
Aphrodite. Aphrodite,
2
yeah.
episodes in a row, still going with that. And Jada Essence Hall.
We too quiet for this moment.
Right? um I was not
Mm.
predicting that she would have been in the bottom 2 getting to the end of the season, like she was becoming the front runner and consistently like doing well. I was like, oh, she's top 4. Like she is the one to beat. Like it is very much coming across as we are about to have another black queen. Thank you very much. Like who's going to take the crown and will be the first ever pageant queen to have actually like broken the curse and won. Do you know what I mean? Like I was just like, okay, this is how we're building it all up. And then sure as shit, she has a fall that she doesn't do well. And a lot of it seems to kind of be focused on the fact that it came from the 3.5 times routine beforehand threw her off. Yeah.
I'm going to disagree. I will disagree on that. Okay.
Okay.
We knew if you listen to what she was presenting, no matter what, that was what she was going to present. Okay. Like just point blank period. Like she titled it the P in pageant. Like we knew what was going to be presented. We were going to get this story, right? I will say that were there issues with it? Yes, but I don't think those issues had to do with the fact that she had to wait so long.
Okay.
Personally, this just was not a good one-woman show to present. This is hearkening back to like, her name just fucking left my head. Jasmine Masters, sorry. And her routine of her telling her stories that she told in her vines and shit. Like, it's not as funny, like,
right,
presented. It's funny in the moment. It is not funny like later on. Having said that.
So, yeah, so it's the two of them, and the song is 1999 by Prince. As some people pointed out, not Purple Rain. I thought about that for a little while, and then pretty quickly came to the judgment of they couldn't afford that song. Like, you were lucky they got Prince, let alone they got a well-known Prince song.
Yeah.
Hey, Prince,
I will put it like this. I don't think a Purple Rain would have really worked for the runway for a Lip Sync for Your Life. It's a slow ass song when you think about it.
Isn't that a challenge for queens to lip sync then?
Okay. If you want to really challenge, I'm sure.
Perhaps I am an evil bitch that way. I'm like,
I mean,
maybe
maybe you are.
Girl, I don't disagree, but I'd be like,
do it.
Wait. In the history of the lip syncs,
I mean,
human drag queen historian here, I need to ask you a question.
Okay.
Did they or did they not ever do, hang on, Black Velvet?
They did Black Velvet, but Black Velvet has a very strong, like, rock, like, Black Velvet and a little girl smile.
Right.
It's very, like, hard-hitting rock. Like, that was GGB, like, season 2.
But it has a
very strong beat behind it. When I think of Purple Rain, I don't think of, like, that kind of feel. But that's just me. Now, I can go back and listen to Purple Rain. It's been a minute.
Well, to be fair, they wouldn't use the whole damn song.
I mean, also that. So who knows? It could have been a coin thing. It could have been a performance thing.
Yeah.
It's fine either way. We got what we got.
Right. So that being said, Damon, what were your thoughts on the lip sync? Oh, here she goes.
Someone else should have been in the bottom. Yep, might as well get it going. Personal opinion, right here, Sherry Pie should have automatically gone into the bottom.
Woo!
She failed
No,
on
she
the
better
challenge.
don't.
She failed the criteria of the challenge by going well over her 5 minute window. Everyone else had at least no more than it said no more than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And by going, I think 17 or 20 minutes, whatever the fuck it was, I don't care at this point. I don't care how funny it was. I don't care how hilariously she was doing on stage. Bitch should have been in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You did not do the challenge, and you put a big mark on your queens that were the queen that was following you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, was Jada Essence Hall that I talked about just a bit? Was it not the greatest story? No, but the audience had 17 plus minutes of one queen doing her thing.
Right.
While everyone else it was like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So in the time it took the 4 queens before you to do their numbers, you were on stage almost as long as all 4 of them put together. That's not cool. That is awful. That is, to me, like a slap in the face. As someone who does theater and someone who has been on stage and someone who does, that is a slap in the face. And like, it's to me like a queen going into a club and doing a number, like putting in like a 17-minute or 10-minute like dance remake of It's Not Right But It's Okay, and it's like 20 minutes long, and performing it, maybe performing it well, but still like sitting there for 20 minutes while the other queens are in backstage waiting to get on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's taking money from people. So no, I am not. She should have automatically been in the bottom.
Well, she ain't gonna win the whole show, so we know that.
I
now.
mean, we know that, but that not having.
I'm not. I'm not
like,
trying to make excuses for her. I'm just saying.
like,
Karma got her ass,
No, she better don't.
but she did.
she so did.
So,
Yeah. So other than that, like, it's a good lip sync. Like, it's a great, performance of the 2 that were in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was happy with how things went, but it shouldn't have been those 2. I think Jada should have gotten the pass this week, and Sherry and Heidi would have been in the bottom.
Speaking of like possibly Sherry being in the bottom, I wasn't all that impressed with her runway.
I got it.
Like,
It falls into her style.
But especially when she said it was the Cheshire Cat, I was like, "Bish, you don't look like no Cheshire Cat. You look like the hooker cat that failed the audition for the damn movie Cats." Like, I don't know what that shit was that she was wearing. I was like, "You look like some weird razzmatazz, like Roaring 20s, like Chicago meets Cats number." It was odd to me. The pink stripes in the torso lower part of the costume thing were super thin. I was like, no, nay. I am not a huge Alice in Wonderland aficionado. However, it is related to something that I was going to put on as an event. I have been aware of the theme quite well for the past like 8 goddamn months of my life. So I've watched the Disney version, I've watched other like versions, I've read the stories. I'm kind of like, it's a stretch.
You know this.
It's a stretch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what? You had nice makeup. Moving on. So I said 2 enter, 1 slays. It is very unfortunate for Heidi that she was in the bottom in that outfit. Because the outfit controlled her performance.
Yep.
And the only thing she didn't do, because it is such a nice gown, is take some fucking scissors and cut the bottom off.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. As much as I love Heidi, and I've been loving her pretty much this entire season, this was her fourth time in the bottom.
Agreed.
If not, it was she had to like pull a Hail Mary out of somewhere in order to have won this lip sync.
And I don't
Like there.
disagree with that. I don't think she could have won.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that dress did her no favors.
Oh no,
It
no. The dress, the fact that it was, you know, big and long, and she tells us that she's not really wearing much in regards to padding, which is not true. Like she had hips pads on. Like there's no way those are her natural hips. There ain't no human boy that looks. I mean, anyway,
right.
That's wrong. Anyway, having said that, I agree with you. Like that was a long dress. That was a well-made dress. I'm gonna, from what I can tell, you're not gonna be able to move a whole lot in that like she used to.
Right.
And unlike All Stars, they don't really get an opportunity to change. The only way they can change is if they have something already prepared underneath.
Right. Well, I mean, and then Jada pulled out the hair reveal thing.
Yes.
So that was planned by her. You can't tell me that she did not think ahead. And I would like to see the tapes. I would like to see the receipts. Thank you very much. I want to know when she put that damn other wig on, because I think she did it during Untucked. Like I think she did it backstage then. She did not wear two wigs all goddamn like runway. It wasn't until I think she knew by judges' critiques, most likely she was in the bottom, that then she put the little one on and then put the straight on.
I was just looking at her look on images. Give me 1 second, because there's something about it. I have to look at it a little bit closer. Thank you. Hello. I don't know.
I'm just saying it's my theory.
Yeah, I'm kind of like trying to I'm looking at essentially I'm looking at pictures of Jada, which are I'm assuming this picture is the picture that the high quality profile shot that they take of every look. And you can look at for me, I have to look at the hair. I have to look at the wig. And so the reason you would wear, as I'm sure you're aware, Gary, that you would wear a wig under a wig is to get some kind of height, or, upness that you need to kind of make it look more seamless. The lighter color of her wig that she had on originally, is it possible? Maybe. Oh, here's a better closer look at her face. Oh no, this is a GIF. That's perfect. Oh shit. Yeah, it's hard for me to say. But I will say, I don't think she had it on the runway.
I don't
before
think... Right.
Before Untucked. I don't think she had it on before Untucked.
Now, did she have it hiding in that hat? Probably. And then just take the hat off, whoop, take the hair off, put the other hair on, fuss, put the other hair over top of it, put the hat on, so it kind of looks seamless, but... And I just don't see her hiding that from the rest of the cast. And
yeah.
But that's just me. So,
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, 2 enter, 1 slays. Jada definitively, performs the shit out of the song. She has the ability to move around stage and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, that dress was perfect for this.
Yeah. So Shantae, Jada stays, and Heidi something sachets away.
Yeah.
I was a little sad, but not like tragically sad.
So okay, so I will say this. I had like I told you, there was very little that Heidi, if she had fell to the bottom again, there was she would have had to do so much to continue on. Like there's no way, it would have been very difficult for her to have continued on. Um, you know, I love Heidi. I think she's a great person. I think that she did really well, and I think a lot better than many people gave her credit for. Um, Having said that, I feel this was probably the best she could do then when they recorded.
Right.
Um, I again, the only thing she could have potentially done in that runway or in that lip sync would have been to somehow remove that dress and just slayed. But that would have meant somehow getting the dress and basically revealing all that she is. You know, all of the undergarments, and which are lack of undergarments because she didn't have anything up top, which doesn't really help things.
Right.
So
yeah. You ready
anyway.
to move on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, final section. We're going to talk about snaps and eye rolls, kittens. It's hits and misses. It's the highs and lows. It's the stuff that we really liked and the stuff that we could have missed. We could have skipped. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because we were discussing this beforehand. So Damon and I pretty much have the exact same snaps.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Because if you don't have these snaps, anybody listening in or watching, I don't know what to tell you.
What's wrong with you? Okay.
Go ahead.
So, yeah. So Miss Whoopi Goldberg was on this episode, and thank God she was amazing. Like, from when they announced that she was going to be the special guest judge and helping out the queens during the one woman show part, I was loving it because like this is what she was. This is who she is. This is so fucking amazing. This is like in her wheelhouse. And not only that, like this is a great use of a judge or a guest. She was compassionate, but provided insight. She was, informative. She was funny because it's Whoopi Goldberg. Why not? And I loved her in Untucked. She was one of the few, like I wrote down, like and starred like Whoopi dropping the knowledge in fucking Untucked because like, just God bless her. Like that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing what she did, and having her on the show was a nice like breath of fresh air. What about you, Gary?
That was very eloquent.
Elegant.
I said Whoopi fucking Goldberg masterclass.
Yeah.
Like she showed up, she arrived. I mean, she kind of gave what Gaga gave. Like, make myself available to you. Let me distill upon you like things that you need, like things that will assist you, things that will help you. Suddenly feel like I'm playing $25,000 pyramid. I mean, she was good to be there available. I was initially surprised to see that Rue was with Whoopi for the observation of their, One Queen show rehearsal stuff and for the feedback. But it made sense to me. Like, I was like, oh, Rue's in on this, like, instead of Michelle or Ross or something. But then I was like, well, it's Whoopi. Like, let's be serious. Like, who the hell else is going to be there with her? And I mean, she gives some amazing stuff. I'm glad that Jada got her moment and she got to, have a brief bonding moment with Whoopi. She got a hug, like, so I thought all of that was really good. I thought, just the whole episode was really well done. And if you don't see Untucked on the regular, I completely get it. I understand. This was one of those episodes that was really good. It was not high drama, but it was good that she came back. I was like, oh yeah, this is a new thing that we do now. Pretty much every goddamn guest judge comes back and visits. But I appreciated, that Whoopi sat down on the couch and talked, and had the conversation with him. Was very real, very intuitively, like, giving them some good, like, here's some life, spiritual philosophy kind of stuff you need to know, kids. Like, I have been there, done that. Like, she really, in a way, kind of personified briefly the, and I'm going to make some references. The, Angela Mailou, she just went out of my head. This is going to drive me crazy. Maya Angelou. Who was the other one I was thinking of? Delta Reese. It's going to come back to
Della
me, actually.
Reese.
Della Reese, like, she personified the matriarchal Black woman. Like, I am the wise.
Yeah.
I have been before you, child. Let me learn you some stuff in a moment. I mean, she did so well at it. She was very, here's some things to think about. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy that I can't think of who the other one is. God bless America.
It's okay.
It's not Oprah, kids. Calm down. It's a different one.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was really, kind of this really good moment to, like, kind of just say it as it is. And one of the other things in Untucked that to me was fucking hysterical is to find out that she brought her family with her. And it's her son or grandson is the one that was in the jean jacket that Gigi called Gary and was, like, making fun of in the audience. And I was like, oh no. Like, oh no, how ironic and funny is that? And Whoopi got a big charge out of that. That, like, he got, picked on. Because suddenly they got a good quick shot of, one of the cameras turned to the side and you could see them all standing behind the monitors, like, watching and stuff. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And as a complete sidebar, since we're busy gushing about Whoopi, I did not know this, but John Pauly makes reference in the official RuPaul's Drag Race podcast, and Willem made reference in Race Chaser. Apparently, Whoopi doesn't fly.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about this, but it was revealed that, she had a bad experience observing a plane crash, apparently, and, like, has PTSD, basically. And has been to therapy and stuff, and she rarely flies anywhere. And if she does, this is all rumor and conjecture, she gets drugged. Like, she has an anesthetist, and they knock her ass out, and she shows up at the other end, like she knows nothing of the flight, basically. Like, that's how she gets to England, I guess, or abroad, like, out of the country. I just found that interesting. But instead, she has a bus. And so she cross-country tripped it to get out to California. That was part of the reason why they haven't really had her on before. It's been so difficult to get her, like, with a schedule to line up to stuff, because she basically has to travel the whole damn country to get to the West Coast to be available. I thought that was amazing. I was like, wow, alrighty then. So yeah, snaps to Whoopi across the board. I thought that was funny too. When she was called Miss Goldberg, and she was like, please, with the name.
You don't have a name like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
It is. So yeah, no, I was very pleased. I've always liked her. I've always enjoyed her. She is, I hate to say it, the only reason I ever watch a clip of The View. So many have come and gone that I don't care about on that damn show. And so I just, I'm like, can we just give her her own show, please? But anyways, yeah. Damon. I don't really know if I have to ask this because I think it was pretty obvious from your earlier comment, but who you giving eye rolls to?
I'm giving eye rolls to the entire show for not disqualifying Sherry. I'm gonna put it out there. Like, that's my biggest shade. I don't care. Sipping tea. It is, as I mentioned earlier, to me that is the biggest insult to your fellow competitors, is to go on and on and on. And I don't care what you think. You knew better, Sherry. There is no way in hell that you did not know you were going over 5 minutes. There is no way in hell, especially when you went 3 times longer.
Right.
I love the moments in the that they kind of showed us as there, because she kept going on and on and on, where she hasn't even gotten to the fish yet. Okay, so if you don't know, her whole thing was it's supposed to be her and a fish, and she was supposed to be, the fish was supposed to be psychic, and she was supposed to have some kind of connection mentally to the fish, whatever.
Right.
And again, I am. There is no way that you didn't know. You're in those heels. You are a man in heels and in a dress. You've performed numbers before. You know how long 5 minutes is. And even if you don't necessarily know exactly how 5 minutes is, you know probably how long 10 minutes are. You know how long 15 minutes are. You probably know how long 20 minutes are.
Yeah.
And to me, that just there is no there is no recourse. There is no reason in my mind that she didn't know she was going over the time. And on top of that, there is no reason that they should have allowed her. Maybe after 5 minutes of going over the time, that's when they should have stopped her, flicked the lights, done something, had Rue or somebody or whatever, somebody who has control over the production of the show, which we know they have, should have done something, because it was unfair.
Right.
A buzzer, a shade button, something, just gong or gong for all fucking sakes, because that and that's just that's to me just the biggest insult to everyone. I guess she gets her karma here, but imagine if she didn't. I have such a big problem with that, so that's why my eye rolls are for that.
Okay.
Gary.
For as angry as you may be about Sherry Pie not being disqualified and put in the bottom 2 for her going on and on and on, I'm going to pull a detox. Mm-hmm. I have had it officially. Dahlia Sin's broccoli stocking in the audience. Not a CG effect. Legit there in the back watching the show. And Rue and Michelle have a conversation on purpose. And Rue says, "Michelle, is that Dahlia Sin?" And Michelle goes, "I think she's stalking us." Take your broccolini ass out the door. I am done with you. I don't want to see you no more. I don't want you to see you for All-Stars. I don't want you to ever come back. Ever again. I want someone to fry your ass in butter and eat you alive so you can be passed out the other end. We're done.
Where's my teacup? Because I will admit, okay, this is overkill. And I don't know if we've seen it before. I kind of feel like maybe, possibly, but not like this. I get it. She was the first girl gone. But I agree with you. I'm kind of tired of seeing her in every single episode in one form or another. She was in the fucking droop thing.
I know.
Like, what the fuck?
Stop trying to make Dahlia happen.
Yeah. I don't know whose idea it was. I don't know who thinks that this is good. I don't know. But they need to please stop immediately. Because it's no longer funny. It's no longer cute. It's no longer like, oh, it's not like, where fucking Waldo is, because they make it blatantly obvious that they're putting her in there. And again, also to me, I feel it's another kind of, insult to the other queens, the queens that left after her. Like, why do we keep putting her in this fucking broccoli outfit and having her show up every once in a while in random situations? For what reason?
I want to know how much she got paid. Because you're supposed to be paid for every appearance, every show that you're on. So, if she's been in practically every single episode all season long, and we are on episode 11, does that mean that she's getting paid for 11 episodes?
Well, she wasn't in the first episode.
All right, so she's being paid for 10. My point is, every time you get screen time, you're supposed to get a check cut. I hope that check is different based on the amount of time you're on screen. Because these bitches who have made it this far do not deserve getting the same check as yo ass. Because they're just using you for comedic relief, prop, whatever. Is bullshit.
I mean, maybe they're trying to make over the fact that one of the queens that's been on the show the whole time is not going to be in the finale.
Oh no! At this rate, it's a running gag. I fully expect Broccolini, like her stalking ass, to show up
in the finale.
Yes, unfortunately.
I feel like she'll be in the next episode. So here we are.
Compost pile.
Ooh, girl.
What? I'm done. Done.
I am done. I am done.
Speaking of being done, thanks for watching the show. If you want to get in touch with us, there's many ways to do that. You can contact us at cubsoutloud.com. You can leave a little comment on the blog. You could send us an email at cubsoutloud@gmail.com, or you can give us a phone call. Like you could take a cell phone.
Like take a cell phone.
Yeah.
And do like one ringy dingy.
Yeah. It's 361 COLTALK. That's COL Talk.
Pick up the phone.
Or 361-265-8255. You could leave us a voicemail. We'd be happy to play it. Social media outlets. Just type in Cubs Out Loud as one word. You'll be able to find us on there. Entourage social chat. So it's tinyurl.com/Telegram. That's TELEGRAM-COLDR. We typically talk about the shows as they are occurring. We have a moratorium for about 48 hours. So from Friday night until like Sunday night, just give everyone a chance to actually watch the show without spoilers before discussions happen. And now, as to be expected, as more things keep popping up about RuPaul girls and different things, like we keep posting shit in there that has nothing to do with the current episode or current season. So
That's okay.
I know. I'm not complaining. I just find it hysterical. It's kind of like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Speaking of looking at things, if you want to support us, there are two ways you can do that. You can go to Zazzle.com/CubsOutLoud and you can get yourself some merch. It doesn't even have to be COL Drag Race specific. But if you do like COL Drag Race, obviously, because you're here, you're listening, you're watching, you can get yourself a nice t-shirt. You can get a purse first. You can get a mug. You can get a bunch of things. You can also become a patron over at Patreon. That's patreon.com/CubsOutLoud. And for as little as $1 a month, you can be financially supportive of us and our endeavors. We appreciate it. On iTunes, you can rate us. Google Play, you can subscribe to the podcast. Give us a thumbs up, 5-star. You know the jazz. Subscribe on Spotify. Damon, if they want to get in touch with you, where are they going to find you?
If you wish to find me, you can find me as TheaterCub79 on most bear-related sites, or you can find me as pup_Umbra on Twitter, which is also where I usually share my Drag Race stuff.
Okay.
Gary?
I'm pretty much anywhere online can be found as GareBear73. GareBear73XXX is the naughty Twitter account, which also has like Drag Race stuff like showing up in it, so it's a bit confusing. Because it's like, oh, look, there's Jada, there's Jan, there's, Rock'em Sakura. Like, I mean, and it's like, and then peen, hole, peen, like, then back to drag,
but
peen,
ass.
drag. Yeah.
Ass.
So, yeah. But that's pretty much it. So this is going to wrap up the show. We're down to, like, we're going to find out who the top 3 are pretty soon. So that'll be interesting. And I have no clue what they're doing for the finale at this point because, girl, they're running out of time. Because we're about to do an episode where we go, from 5 to 4. The 4 presumably go on to the finale. But before the finale, we're going to have a reunion. So we get this Friday. Then we get the reunion. In theory, and then we get the finale. So, I mean, like, we're really closing in on the end. I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be freaking June 5th, and then it's going to be All-Stars. God help us. And I say God help us because this happens to Damon and I all the time. Yes, we're actually ending the show, but I'm having a moment. Y'all, like, I enjoy this, but it's a bit exhausting when it's season backed up to season. And you're just like, I've been doing this for months and months.
Yes.
And I think if we only did this, if we didn't do the regular Cubs Out Loud podcast, maybe it would feel different. I don't know. But
or if we just if they would just do what they used to do and give us a few months.
If it's 2 main shows a year, space these fuckers out every half a year.
Yeah.
Give us a lovely All-Stars. Give us a break. Then we have regular season. Then we have a break. Rotate between the two.
Maybe a couple of seasons between All-Stars.
Oh, and there's that. But to be fair, season 5 of All-Stars is packed full of wicked talent.
Yes. Fair. True. Right. Yes.
I haven't been this excited about All-Stars since like the very first season, I think. And the only reason I was excited for the first season is because it hadn't happened yet. And then we saw how that went.
Because of that damn. Oh, honey, let's not.
And now the new All-Stars. The shocking reveal is All-Star rules no more. Apparently, they shook the whole thing up sideways, turned it upside down. It's a Yahtzee cup full of dice they spilled out on the table. I don't know. It makes no sense.
Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Well, apparently the producers know, and RuPaul knows, and probably Michelle knows.
But why shouldn't All-Stars be topsy-turvy? Lord knows our current American climate is. Speaking of which, that's the end of the show.
Like you too. American. I am American. Red, white, and blue. I am American. Just like you too.
Bye. everybody.
Bye.